They will say and do anything to get elected. And Martin, when your party starts with such extreme positions that we'd end Medicare as we know it, we'd round up undocumented workers and kick them out of the country, that we call Mitt Romney calls the DREAM Act a handout, that you double down on tax breaks for the wealthy while the middle class is struggling to get by. When you start with such extreme positions, maybe it's not so surprising that your rhetoric gets extreme when the American people are recoiling at the very things that you stand for.
But Brad, as you know, many Republicans will be saying something like, well, didn't Democrats attack George Bush in exactly the same way? What's your response to that?
Well, look, I don't remember anything that equates to what from the official Democratic Party. I mean, of course, there are interest groups and people will have their say, but I don't remember anything coming from the Democratic Party about George W. Bush being equated to a terrorist or George W. Bush being equated to somebody who's been accused of manslaughter. I don't remember anybody questioning, some of the things about George W. Bush that have been questioned about the president. I don't remember an opposing governor wagging his or her finger in President George W. Bush's face. I mean, the truth is that the Republican Party starts from a core of extreme positions, and it seems that leads to extreme rhetoric when things don't seem to be working out for them with the voters.
How can politicians complain about a lack of civility in public life when they themselves embody such appalling examples of discourtesy and rudeness?
Well, I think you're exactly right. It's hypocrisy at its worst. I mean, one thing that I think that the president had hoped he could do in coming to Washington, one thing he continues to try to do, one thing I think he extended a hand at the State of the Union address is saying, look, we can have tough political battles and we can have tough disagreements, but we can do it disagreeably, not with the type of language that we've seen, the type of vitriol. The president doesn't want to engage in that, and frankly, I think we'd all be better off if we didn't engage in that.